Oh, welcome back to Daytime. Don't you want to learn how you can look slimmer just by the clothes that you choose? You don't even have to go on the treadmill or anything. You can look slimmer just by how you dress. Teresa Quick is here. She's a fashion expert with thestyledepartment.ca. Welcome, Teresa.
Thank you so much for having me.
Some of the most beautiful people on Canadian television you have styled,
yes,
and they look fantastic. So
Thank
Ben
you.
Mulroney and the folks from various entertainment shows, they look great.
Well, clothes should work for you, not against you. And there's a lot of really simple rules when you're out there shopping you should follow to really maximize your body and how it looks and maximize your best assets. So I've taken a few different outfits, very, very basic outfits, and I'm going to go through it step by step just to show you what you should be looking for in each outfit.
And we're going to be talking about men and women.
That's right. I mean, women, I think we've been groomed. We've heard a lot of these things before, over and over again. Men, on the other hand, they're a little bit slower to catch on a lot of these things, so there's some great tips for men, though.
All right, let's look at some of the pictures for women, how to dress more slimly. Okay, what have you got there?
I've got my Amazon mannequin here who's very slim, but if you happen to be a little bit curvier, that's what these tips are really for. The first thing is a correct fitting bra. Majority of women don't wear the right bra, and what ends up happening is that your bust line tends to be a lot lower and you lose that middle section, which is really your slimmest part of your body. So that's the first step. The second one on the photo you saw is the empire waist. So you've actually got the stitching that happens right underneath the bust line. Any kind of detailing that happens under the bust line is going to draw attention to your skinniest part of your entire body, which is that one section right there.
Well, that's interesting. So not the boobs themselves,
just right underneath,
okay.
Right here is where you want to go. And that also has a V-neck, and of course we've heard over and over again, V-necks are universally flattering because they draw the eye down. And you can do the same thing with necklaces. So the longer the necklace, that's right, you can create a V with your necklace, and it elongates your body. So boat necks and crew necks are great if you actually want to get a bit of a wider looking top. So if you happen to be a little bit bottom heavy and you want to balance or to create that hourglass, that's where you want to go. But if you want to lose a little bit of weight, that's where you want to go with the V-necks. You'll also notice that there's a lot of big jewelry as well. Big jewelry makes other things look smaller, so your wrist looks smaller. And I put some really cool jewelry, statement jewelry on her from Anne-Marie Chagnon, who's a Canadian designer, and it just has a big bracelet on her wrist, really draws the attention up into her neck. So it's all about using the eye and the illusions. And the other thing you can notice on this mannequin, it's got one leg that has tights on it and one leg that doesn't have tights on it, and that wasn't an accident. I did that on purpose to show you. Dark tights with dark pumps create an illusion of a really, really long, slim leg. If you have a colorful pump and you're wearing nylons, you actually cut the leg off. So
such an optical illusion.
Really, really easy way. And of course, heels. Okay. Us women, you want to lose a few pounds really quick, wear some great heels.
All right, what's next?
Bump you up. We've got another outfit here. This is a kind of classic corporate look, which of course most of us have to wear 5 days of the week. Patterns and prints are very, very difficult for a lot of women. Traditionally, you want to go, if you're a little bit larger, you want to go with a larger print, a little bit smaller, a smaller print. But in general, as a general rule, put it underneath something. So you've actually got a really printed blouse under there. It's a little difficult to see, but a very printed blouse underneath a dark colored neutral suit.
So it's just a little kick. And look at that gigantic purse she's holding.
I love this purse. If you're going to go with details, so frills, bows, zippers, keep them off your body because it adds extra bulk. Do them in accessories. Like that purse has tons of zippers, and the last one had lots of bows. So that's where you can add a little bit of fun. And it seems a little bit of color because obviously dark color slimming. So use your color in your accessories. It's a lot more flattering.
Okay.
So if you're totally unsure and you really, really, really want to get one outfit in January that can make you look absolutely fabulous, the wrap dress. The wrap dress is the next photo. And what it does is it helps with any body type. If you're skinny, it adds the curves right where you want it, and if you're a little bit heavier, it actually, because it does create that hourglass look in the wrap. And the
do we have the
wrap
picture? Because man, it's like putting on a robe for me. I have a hard time with those wrap dresses.
If you want to get a little, you have to have a bit more emphasis around the waist. So if you do feel that it's like a robe, a belt really makes a difference. You've got a belt on right now. Belts need to be in proportion as well, though. So if you're very bottom heavy, don't do the super skinny little belts. It'll actually make your bottom half look a lot bigger. If you're very petite, don't wear a really thick belt because it'll actually emphasize, and you'll lose the skinniest part of your body, which is really around the waist.
Okay. All right.
So
moving on.
Moving on for men. We've got the next men's picture.
Yeah, men need help learning how to dress slimly.
Very, very. The biggest thing with men, I see it over and over again, is posture. You wouldn't believe how slim men look when they just pull their shoulders back a little bit. And men suffer from back problems way more than women because they do this all the time, and it creates a gut.
They slouch,
and they slouch. And that was really cool, and I love this. It's from Holt Renfrew. It's called Ecumen. It's from Australia. And this set of underwear, remember we talked about a great fitting bra for women? This is the underwear for men.
Is it like Spanx?
It's sort of like Spanx, yeah. It does exactly what Spanx does, but this one has compression technology, so it pulls the shoulders back.
No way!
So it creates the posture that you want to have, and it creates a streamlined look as well. So it's a little bit tight, but it's got those crisscrosses, so it actually tightens you up, and it also makes the slim suits that I'm going to be talking about next fit without any of the bunching or lumps and bumps that you can get with thicker underwear.
Okay.
The other thing I always tell is, don't put extra junk in your trunk for men. You don't want to carry a ton of stuff in your pockets.
The George Costanza wallet.
They do. They have all this stuff floating around and jingling in their pockets, and it adds so much bulk around the waist and the hips. The other thing is, men have their pockets that pucker out. Take it to a tailor. They can sew the pockets down for you, and you'll create
like
a much
little flappy
That's
thing?
right. You know, in the pockets when they sit down, they kind of pucker out on the sides. It's really easy for men to get those sewn in. Flat panel pants. I don't understand why pleated pants are still in stores.
Really? Is there no man who should wear a pleat?
There is no man that should be wearing pleated pants. We should have a gigantic bonfire in the middle of Toronto and just get all the men to come in and chuck their pleated pants in there. It would be a revolution. But once again, you've got that dark, slim suit happening, and it is cut slim. So if men are still wearing older suits or their parents' or father's suits, go out and buy yourself at least one dark charcoal or navy.
Even if they have a gut, that's not... you'd still want them in flat panel pants?
Oh yeah, because you've got the jacket over top, right?
Okay.
And I mean, if they've got a gut, pleated pants, what they do is they add extra bulk. And that's creating more in that area and draws the eye in a place you don't want it to be. The other thing we have here is the vertical stripes. And women have heard it and men have heard it, but a lot of men don't realize that the shirts that have patterns in their wardrobe have a vertical pattern. So you want a cheap way to kind of figure out, do you have these things in your wardrobe? Squint in your eyes and look at the patterns in your closet, and you can tell right away whether they're vertical or horizontal.
Oh, really?
That's right. And I guess we don't have much time left, but fit is incredibly important for men, and that's one of the biggest problems, especially with suit jackets. They tend to go too long. The middle button on a suit jacket should hit just above the navel. Okay. On a man. And the last thing I have here is pants. And if I can show that picture one more time, you can see the shoes.
In 15 seconds?
We've got those pointy shoes, and that creates the illusion of a longer leg. And those are from Geox, and they've got awesome, great, kind of not too pointy, but perfectly pointed for men.
Teresa, great advice. More information, go to styledepartment.ca. This has been wonderful. So stick around. We've got some more events taking place around the city. Here's some info on those.